Hello there and welcome to another episode of Regular Beer Reviews, where regular doesn't refer to the beers being reviewed, but to the reviewer, myself. I'm Jesse, and something a little unorthodox here. I just got done doing a review for Magic Hat's Encore, and Magic Hat's caps always say something cool, and I didn't think to read it when I popped it off. Normally I wouldn't mention this, but I think this is so awesome. All it says on this cap is number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. Now, if you don't listen to the Beatles, you won't get that reference. If you're not a fan of the White Album, you won't get that reference. But when I read that, I mean, that's fucking, I'm keeping that cap. That is awesome. I've thought to myself that the number 9 must be reference to the Beatles' Revolution number 9, but I mean, that confirms it. That is awesome. But anyway, let's get on to this review that I'm doing here now. I'm about to do G-Thing. This is also Magic Hat. This is their winter seasonal, and it's obviously brand new because Beer Advocate has no score for this. It only has 2 ratings so far. Rate Beer has no score for this. It only has 4 ratings, and the bros have not had this beer. So as far as scores go, you know, I got nothing. I did try it last night. It's pretty good. Has an ABV of 5.7%. Obviously, the availability is just during winter. The style is an American brown ale, and I'll say again for any new viewers that maybe don't know, Magic Hat is out of South Burlington, Vermont. Here's a quick description from Rate Beer. It says, G-Thing is a ginger spice ale led by a fresh ginger zing that's followed by a bready malt backbone. Its subtle roasty notes and mild hop bitterness slowly give way to a serene cinnamon spiciness as the malt tones melt away. I'm going to go ahead and read what it says on the bottle here. It's the same thing it says on the number 9, but I'll read it anyway. The ancient ritual of brewing a distinctly rich and flavorful beer is a performance to behold. Our mysterious melange of time-honored ingredients harmonize with chaotic chemistry, humble patience, and blind faith to create this unique beer to share in the rousing company of kindred spirits. Enjoy. And it says on this side, it's alive with spice. It's cool. I love the gingerbread man on the front. That's some badass artwork. I love to see cool artwork on bottles. I mean, Magic Hat usually doesn't disappoint, and I love that one. It makes me think of Shrek. Not the gumdrop buttons. Yeah, so, forgive me, I've already done one review tonight, and I've had a few other beers before that. So anyway, this, even though it says it's a brown ale, it is brewed with spices, so I'm using my snifter. I like to use this for spiced beers, so I can really get a good hold on the spice notes and everything. What's been used. Usually a lot of complexity in these beers, and again, I did have this last night, and what I remember, it didn't disappoint. So let's get an appearance on it. This is like a mucky. Honestly, this is a shitty brown color. That's the color of this beer. Now, I've had some pretty good beers that are this color, but honestly, that's what that reminds me of. Yeah, I was able to get everything off the bottom of it. But honestly, that's what that reminds me of. That is like really, that's just like a sewage brown color. The color is not appealing to me. It had maybe a quarter, maybe half finger, slightly off-white head, super frothy. It's gone now. Got a ring around it. Completely gone. Sudsy. Looks like, honestly, from the appearance, it reminds me of hot tea. When you have the froth at the top of hot tea, that is exactly what that looks like. I don't know if you can... Yeah, I can't really get the appearance. Can't really show it on the camera. But anyway, the carbonation looks pretty moderate. Lacing actually looks nice, though, for being such a thin head. And the ABV on this is, again, only 5.7%, so it's not super high. But anyway, let's go ahead and get a nose on this. Now it smells really, really good. It smells like rye bread right up front. Rye, pumpernickel, really dark, bready. And then behind that, you definitely get the ginger, as it said. What did it say? It said a ginger zing. That's what you get. You get that ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice. Pretty heavy on the spice notes with this beer. Really heavy. As far as the bready malts, even though this is a pretty dark beer, and I'm definitely getting, like I said, rye, pumpernickel, maybe the slightest bit of roastiness. I'm not picking up on like a lot of caramel or toffee malt. It's just bready. That's really all I smell. And then the spices. Not picking up on any hop character in the nose either, like any at all. Any at all. I mean, just the bready, malty, rye, pumpernickel type smell, and then those spices. Allspice, ginger, cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg. So, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this one. A good beer it is, but well balanced. I have to say this beer is not incredibly well balanced, but definitely a good beer. Up front, that malty, sweet breadiness, biscuity kind of, again, like rye bread. That's really what the breadiness reminds me. It's like rye, right on the flavor. That bitterness, when you eat like rye bread, that bitterness that's right. You know, I mean, I've had some fucking good sandwiches, like the stuff for the sandwiches was good, you know, mozzarella, pepperoni and stuff, but I didn't have any other bread laying around, and I put it on rye bread, and it sucks, because I hate rye. It has that bitter flavor. So there's a bitterness right up front that's not contributed to roastiness from the malts. I don't think it's certainly not contributed to hops. To me, it reminds me of like a pumpernickel rye or pumpernickel bread. That's what that bitterness reminds me of. Not really any roastiness at all. And then the spices, which, again, it's not very well balanced, but I'm digging the flavor, man. They really got the spices, like, with each other well balanced. As far as, like, in the beer goes, the beer itself is unbalanced, but it's still, this is an enjoyable beer, and as far as a winter seasonal go, I mean, shit, I could toss back a ton of these on Christmas Day. I usually don't like beers that are too heavy on spice notes, and this is a little heavy. Only thing I'm not really enjoying about this beer, again, I'm not into beers that are overly spiced. This is a little heavy, but to me it's not overly spiced. But the only thing I'm not enjoying about this beer is the malt character. I'd like it to be a little roastier. I'd like to taste some caramel malt or some toffee malt. But all I'm picking up on is that rye, right up front. Bitterness from the rye, like rye bread. And I'm not digging that. But the spices, it's not really well balanced either, but the spices are enjoyable. Cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, excuse me, the ginger definitely, like a just spicy ginger note, almost like a black pepper, kind of spicy note there. Maybe a little honey or something in there, brown sugar, but not overly sweet. But it's definitely a refreshing beer. It reminds me of a winter seasonal. When I think of winter seasonals, not even contributing to beer, but to other things like eggnog. Eggnog's delicious. I love eggnog. But there's a reason why you only have it during the holidays. It's good, but you can only drink a couple glasses of it, and you're like, shit. I could probably slam this for a night, like just drink them all night, but I'm not going to want this all year, all month, shit, probably not all week. I'll have this for a night, maybe two, and I'll be like, alright, I'm good with those. It's, there's a limited session ability on it, I guess, in that sense. It's a good beer, but it's something that you know, you look forward to once a year. But if I had it all the time, I would definitely get tired of it. Um, for a winter seasonal though, it's pretty good. Um, I think I might pick some more. I'm probably, if you see it, I'd say pick it up. It's not bad. I'm probably gonna pick some of this up for Christmas, right around Christmas. Um, but yeah, it's okay. But yeah, this is Magic Hat's G thing, and I think I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. That'd be a low. Again, I don't do the decimal systems and stuff, but I'll just say a low 7. Given that, I'll just say a low 7. It's a 7 out of 10, which is a C, but it's a C minus. It's not amazing, certainly not amazing, but it's something that I'm not going to turn my nose up at. This is something that for just a little while during the whole year, Christmas, maybe Christmas Eve, this is a good beer. Any other time, I'm like, eh. It's not terrible though. It's okay. Again, though, it reminds me of. It tastes nothing like eggnog. It's nothing like eggnog, but I mean, if I mean, you can understand how eggnog is. It's or cream soda. That's not even a winter seasonal thing. That's just some cream soda. You can drink like a glass or two of it, and it's delicious at first, and then it immediately it's like, okay, this I've had too much. I don't want any more. That's how this is. But this goes a little further than that. I could probably slam these again for like a day or two. I mean, before I get tired of it. But it's certainly enjoyable. Again, though, I'd give this a 7 out of 10. But again, that's a C minus as a low 7. If you see G thing from Magic Hat, it's a winter seasonal, pick it up. It's okay. It's pretty good. It's alright. Anyway, thank you for watching. Keep watching again in the future for more reviews. Post.